Hey, it says we're live here. Glad to be with you. I haven't gone out with a live for a while, and I'm pretty excited about what we're talking about today. This is pretty good. So I want to talk about leaning in, man. Lean in. What does it mean to lean in? Well, I don't know about you, but remember a time when you were getting ready to go swimming, maybe in a lake or a river or a pond or somewhere not a swimming pool where the conditions are so controlled, except the chlorine's usually too high. But think about that for a minute, where you're going swimming somewhere and other people are maybe in there already. I remember one of the Boy Scout camps I went to, there were already people in the lake and they were busy, swimming. And I stuck my toe in and it was scary and it was fearful. It's kind of like this morning. So, one of the things I do every morning, you're going to think it's crazy, but I don't care. One of the things I do every morning is I take an ice bath. So, in order to start doing this, I got a little freezer. I got a little freezer that's like, 1.1 or something cubic feet. It's like a cube. And it sits just right in the corner of the bathroom that we have. And just because of how it's situated. And on top of the freezer, I bought one of those little Frigidaire ice makers, and it makes ice all day long. So I do two things. I take, those plastic containers you get when you buy food, like you buy Indian or East Indian or Chinese or other kind of food, and they come in those plastic containers, not the square ones, but the plastic ones that are like an inch and a half tall. Anyway, I put about 8 of those stacked up in different ways in the freezer, and then the ice maker makes ice all day long. So every morning after I do my exercises for the last 3 months I don't know if I've reached 100 days yet, but it's getting close. I pour all that ice in the tub and fill it up with enough water to cover, to lay down and cover me. I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money and buy a cold tank yet. I might do that later, but not right now. Anyway, my point in describing the ice bath is one way to get in the ice bath is to stick your toe in, realize how cold it is, and then have to psych yourself up to it, to get excited again. Oh no, do I really want to do this? So I don't do that anymore. That might be in the first 2 or 3 or 5 days or something, but I don't do that anymore. So what I do instead is I step in all the way with both feet, and then I sit down immediately and straighten my legs out, right? So I'm all the way in up to, above the waist because the water is, maybe 15 inches deep or something. And so then I do that. I breathe a couple times and then I lay down all the way in it, cross my legs and everything so I can get just as deep in there as I can. And there's enough ice in there that after I've laid in there about 15 minutes, there's still big blocks of ice that I then put in those plastic containers and use for tomorrow. Too much information, you don't care. But it has to do exactly with what we're talking about today. If I tried to acclimate myself a little at a time with all those ice, sometimes they're not cubes, some of them are big squares, slabs like 4 inches by 6 inches and an inch or so thick, maybe even 2 inches thick, it would take forever. So I don't. I jump in, lay in, dive in, go all in all the time. And so that has to do with lean in. And it has to do with how we overcome fear. It has to do with creating the purpose you were meant to create in the world. The work that I do, I have only one thing, and that is to love you. It is to lift you. It is to encourage you to do the things you want to do. And here's why I do that. I have done that. I have walked that mountain and I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I'm writing my 21st book. I've been invited to participate in another book with a group of people. I've done a couple of those, not very many, but this will be my third. And I said yes. And so, that'll be 22 books. And then I have 3 more. So one of the things I want to do is write to you out of encouragement and love, to give you the frameworks, the tools, the examples, the encouragement, the energy, and sometimes permission to end the dabbling, to end the putting your toe in, to end the story. Now, you know how you live, and I used to, I know you do because I used to too, you set goals for your life. Maybe they're health goals, weight goals, cash goals, number of calls, fixing a relationship, making changes, building business, getting a different house, getting a car, cleaning out the garage, painting something, cleaning up some messes or habits in your life that you don't like. All of those are worthy goals, and you set them. And you set goals for your business. I'm going to have my first $5,000 month, $10,000 month, $20,000 month, $100,000 month, $1 million month. I don't care what it is. It's just a number. And there's an infinite amount of money, so the number can be whatever it is. But you set these goals, and then you don't reach them. And then you don't reach them. And then you don't reach them. Or you reach just a few of them. And then you make excuses about the rest. I have done that so often, it made me sick. And what it really did is it made me believe I can't do this. I'm not worthy. There's something wrong with me. I'm not cut out for this. I might as well flip and give up. That's where I got to. And you know what that creates? You know why? It's because we are taught from the cradle that we're not good enough. Grading in school, being picked last in sports, punishment at home and among friends, betrayal. Things don't work out. We try things and fail. We put our hand on the stove and burn it again and again. Sometimes knowing it's a stupid thing, and other times really believing we're doing a good thing, and then it fails and it doesn't work. So we're taught either by example or by things that happen to us to fail. All those around us settle for mediocrity. They settle, it's out of our reach. Oh, we can't afford it. Oh, we'll never have time. And you know the drill because you've said that 1,000 times. Maybe you're saying it now and maybe you're not. But here's my work. My work is I've learned that that's not true, and I've implemented it over and over again. That's why I've written 21 books. That's why I have got 91 songs in commercial release available. That's why I've got 3 more that are going to be out in the next 2 weeks. That'll be 94. They're all about one thing. It's about your capability. It's an expression of something that we both share, which is a divine origin, which means you have infinite capability, and that means your possibility is endless. That is absolute truth, but what happens is we have this learning from our cradle that we're not good enough. We're just not good enough. We're alone. We're separate. We're somehow not included in all that talk that everybody does about being powerful and stepping into your greatness. Yeah, that applies to somebody somewhere, but certainly not flipping me. I missed the boat. It's too late. It's not my season. I've got too many obligations and 100 other pieces of nonsense that we say. And I say nonsense not because it isn't real feeling. It's real blood on the floor feeling. But that doesn't make it true. We used to believe the earth was flat. Silly example. We believed all kinds of things. We cut people open to bleed when they had infections. We've learned more stuff. Today, we are learning and learned that you and I are creative powerhouses. The only thing standing in the way is our belief in the old story of not good enough, not capable, not smart enough, not fast enough, not smart enough, and fill in the blank of your own personal pain. Your mental state, mental illness. I suffered with decades with depression or bipolar, manic depressive. Depends on the shrink I talk to, right? That doesn't matter. What matters is realizing finally that I have authority in my own life to take steps to make positive movement. Now, I never had it happen where things just immediately appeared. I guess that can happen. I never had it where stuff was an instant. Stuff had to grow. When I wanted to get in shape, that took time. When I was in my late 30s, I was nearly 100 pounds overweight. I'd just gotten bad eating habits and no exercise, so I'd gotten heavier and heavier. And finally one day I had small kids and I realized I'm not going to be the dad that can't play with his kids. So I went on a path to lose weight, and I rejoined. I'd done martial arts for a lot of years, rejoined a martial arts place that was close to the house, and for the next year I did it the hard way. No pills, no drugs, no special stuff, busted my ass, and lost all the weight. I lost 90 pounds. I needed to lose 80. I said 100, but I needed to lose 80. I lost 90. I got in fabulous shape, etc., etc. My point is, it was a decision. And it was a choice to set all the things aside that were getting in my way. And that happened again in 2007 when I was 52, because even though I had had some successes, I'd made a lot of money, I'd gotten myself back in shape, I'd also created a lot of self-sabotage where I believed that there was something fundamentally wrong with me. So I burned down business after business and job after job, even though I made a lot of money. That landed me in the land because I wasn't good enough in my heart of hearts of addiction and a bunch of other stuff. So the details I'm willing to share, and they're in some of the books. If you want to read about it, Tightrope of Depression, My Journey from Darkness, Despair, and Death to Light, Love, and Life. My point today is to offer you encouragement. I've walked that road. I'm continuing to walk it because growth and joy and happiness and purpose and impact and income is a mountain without a top. And that doesn't mean I'm trying to become the richest person in the world, because I don't need that. What I need is resources to reach more people. My goal this year is 250 million. This is a tiny piece of that, so I invite you to connect with me. I ask you to consider yourself. Are you living your ultimate life? Are you living a life where you love every single day? Maybe you are. If you are, I'm inviting you to connect. I would love to hear from you. Reach out to meetwithkellan@gmail.com. Meetwithkellan@gmail.com. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to talk with you. And you know why? Because I love surrounding myself with people who are living into their full potential. I love getting to know more and more people who are making a difference, who have a message, who have a mission. Just a few weeks ago, I went and spoke in Phoenix at a conference, IANDS, International Association of Near-Death Studies, because those of you that follow me at all know that I died in 2018 and had an extraordinary experience. So I was asked to come and speak, and I loved it, and I did, and it was wonderful, and I met a lot of powerful and amazing people at that place. So here's the truth. I have walked that path. I no longer struggle with inadequacy, with feeling fear, with being stopped in my goals. It takes time to do them, but I feel none of the negative things that used to bury my sorry butt all the time. That means I get up every day and create myself. And the ice bath I said a little earlier is just a little piece of that. So what is my message for you today? Well, first of all, I love you. You're powerful, you're beautiful, you're capable, and I want to meet you. If you're living your ultimate life, maybe you have a message and you'd like to jump on one of my shows. I have a podcast that's in the middle 900s. I already have guests scheduled up to the 1,000 episode. Episode number 1,000, I have a special guest coming that you'll enjoy. That's fun. I have LA Talk Radio, which I'm doing tonight, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's live, and we're going to talk more about how to create your ultimate life, purpose, prosperity, which is cash, and joy. And I say cash because most of the time people come and say, I need to make more money, as if that were going to make them happy. No, it removes some problems, but happiness comes from inside. So, number one, I love you. I'm here to encourage you, to offer you the opportunity to reach and realize every goal that you dream. That's the only thing I do. My goal this year is 250 million people, to help you, to reach you, to create the life of joy that you want. And that, for me, I use the words purpose, prosperity, and joy, and you can use whatever words you want. But you can have it. Now, I named this episode, Lean In, Baby. Lean in, baby. Because the dabbling part, well, I don't know, I might fail, somebody might laugh. Yeah, they're going to. They're going to laugh. Maybe somebody's laughing at me right now. What other people think of me is none of my business. I have a fire in my heart. I have a love for you, and I have some certainties, some knowledge that have come to me from my experience, but so do you. You know some powerful and good things from your own life experience that can bless and lift people if you want to share them. Most people have that yearning, but they don't do very much with it. I don't know how. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to turn it into a business. Well, all those steps are easy. They are well known, and they've been done by thousands, tens of thousands. So if you have a mission, if you have a passion, if you have a message, if you have a set of experiences, let's talk, because I know how to do all those other things. Get your message out, turn it into money, reach an audience, create products and services. I'm doing it. I'm living it. I love it. And my mission now is just to help you, because you are awesome. So my thought for you, my love for you today is lean in. Don't hesitate. Don't put it off. Don't wait. Don't hold back. That's just one more hour, one more day of regret, of thinking, oh, I could have done that. I should have done that. Let's start now, right this minute. You're beautiful. You're worth it. Now, I want to invite you to some other thing, too. On the screen there, you see www.kellanflukigermedia.com. I haven't told you everything that I'm up to, but if you're interested in seeing the things that we've done and are doing to reach 250 million people this year, go there and check it out. KellanFlukigermedia.com. I'm sharing everything that I have and everything that I do. So go there, KellanFlukigermedia.com. If you want to reach out to me after you visit that, send an email to meetwithkellan@gmail.com. Let's talk. Let's create some possibilities. Let's help you move forward indestructibly, unstoppably at this moment, and create everything you want, your ultimate life, purpose, prosperity, and joy. Lean in, baby. Today is your day.